Who bit Beyonce? It is an amazing story, one of my favorite things that I've read in a while and started to get really way too into. Tiffany Haddish.
Picture. Love
Tiffany Haddish laid it out, that's amazing. She said there was this actress that was just like doing the mostest. She bit Beyonce in the face, so Beyonce stormed away, went up to Jay-Z and was like, Jay, come here, this bitch, and she snatched him. Near the end of the party, Beyonce is at the bar, so I said to Beyonce, did she really bite you? She was like, yeah. I was like, she's gonna get her ass beat tonight. Tiffany Haddish is the best. She was like, Tiffany, no, don't do that. That bitch is on drugs. She not even drunk. This bitch is on drugs. She not like that all the time, just chill. We'll get into who thinks who did what. The different theories, but first, thoughts, 5 words or less.
Becky finally got her revenge.
Conspiracy theory, nobody bit Beyonce.
Ooh.
Bet she tastes like lemonade.
Tiffany did it, 100%. Tiffany Haddish did it. She's whoever smelt it dealt it. She's like, someone bit Beyonce.
I was kind of feeling that too.
That doesn't make sense.
Well,
none of it makes sense. Beyonce.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
And haven't you, Tiffany Haddish, like scandals like this recently since Christmas, Tiffany Haddish is always attached to it. Like, what had happened was, Tiffany. But I think it's unfair how they brought in like Sanaa Lathan and they brought in all these other people who could possibly be the culprit.
Right.
Well, they like happened to be at the party. So, I mean, it's natural to just like look at any actress there and be like, she did it.
This is like they did a new version of Clue, the movie Clue.
Yeah.
This should be how they do it. Okay, so Chrissy Teigen's theory is, I can only think of one person who would do this, but I cannot say, but she is the worst. And then she updated that saying, update is, it is not the person I think is the worst. I'm done. Thank you, Chrissy, for waiting in.
So she knows.
So the person everybody thought it was Sanaa Lathan, AKA Brown Sugar, which that was a very formative experience for me watching that movie. I was all into it. It was, I really like Sanaa Lathan a lot. She wrote, y'all are funny. Under no circumstance did I bite Beyonce. And if I did, it would have been a love bite.
Oh, that's interesting. But if I did, you know.
She didn't do it. I also don't picture her being as that girl that would do that at the party.
The real question is, where was Beyonce's bodyguard Julius that's everywhere? He was also absent from the elevator where Solange went apeshit. But how do you get that close to bite? You know, I don't know. She's not.
It's all actors and actresses.
Doesn't matter. Look, Darren Dean, Beyonce. When you go to a party with celebrities, there's echelons and tiers of who you can talk to and hang out with and like walk in the same and breathe the same air with. Okay, so Beyonce, like she's carried into the room. Everyone else just gets a sandwich in the back. So you just don't get to like sit next to her and like get that close.
I get this vibe
It's just a bunch of like, CW actors in the back eating sandwiches.
While Beyonce's just like.
See, but I picture her as that person who knows that she has that status but doesn't use that to her advantage. Like, I don't think she would treat you any differently. Like if you said hi to her than if it was a A-list. Like I just picture her as being that kind of a person that she wouldn't use that to her advantage. Maybe I'm being too optimistic about it, but
I like your positivity.
So
Donald, that's his way of saying you are being too optimistic about it.
Donald Glover kind of tweeted about this in an unrelated story, how he was talking about how he's no longer doing the Deadpool cartoon, and he like tweeted out a bunch of pages from what would have been the finale. And in one of those pages of the finale, he says that it was Jennifer Lawrence. Deadpool says, as written by Donald Glover, that it was Jennifer Lawrence, who I don't believe was in attendance, but just throwing that out there.
It doesn't mean she didn't do it.
Doesn't mean that she didn't do it. And I just feel like Donald Glover would get the tea on that, because he is so beloved.
Too much. He's too good for me.
Did anything happen to? So someone bit Beyonce, but. What was the result of that bite? Did she have marks? Did she bleed?
I think that's why it's such a giant story, is because of how close to disaster for the world it was. Like if Beyonce had permanent teeth marks on her cheek, like that would be terrible.
Yeah.
That's like when you hear like J-Lo insured her ass for $20 million.
right.
Beyonce's got to preserve
the
this.
moneymaker.
Sarah Foster was another suspect, randomly.
Very random.
We have a graphic on that. She Instagrammed an email that she got. The cut has suggested Sarah Foster may have been the person Tiffany Haddish was referring to. And she writes back, flattering that anyone thinks I could get this close to Beyonce, which is amazing. And then here's a follow-up from Haddish.
Of course.
She wants you to know that she is in the beehive. She said, "Y'all forgot I'm in the hive too, and I just know this will always I will always speak my truth. That's not going to stop. The queen bee kept me from doing something half of you bees would have done no matter what. To me, she is a shiro and a great person. I've learned so much from her in just a short amount of time. So no matter what, she has a unicorn that has her back."
This has a tinges and aftertaste of the whole Taylor Swift girls group kind of like friend, like, you know, Carly Kloss, like they're all.
Yeah.
Look, you guys are gonna hate me, find me on Twitter, cuss me out, but Tiffany Haddish rubs me the wrong way all the time.
Really?
Man.
Why is that?
Because she's talented, but I know funnier girls at the Beverly Center than Tiffany Haddish, and everything, and that whole like she ready. I don't know. Maybe I want to edit this out. This may be controversial for Pop Sugar.
At the Beverly Center at Obika in the center, just like
at the KFC
hilarious.
upstairs, you know. Yeah. But because she's just like that picture, and she's like, listen, I'm standing for Beyonce. Like Beyonce's so just in peril over being bit at this party, and. Two, Beyonce hasn't come out and given a statement saying, listen, it's all good.
Well, Beyonce's a damn pro who's like, I'm not gonna get anything out of ratting out whoever bit me. I have other ways. It's like total Game of Thrones stuff. It's like, oh, I remember. Like, I'm not gonna forget who this was, and they will see my vengeance. I don't know. What do you like, Tiffany Haddish? You like her?
I
love her.
I like her.
She has that thing of like she's been trying really hard for like a dozen years,
and
to
I
make
love
it.
that.
She finally
so
has. I like that.
I like Tiffany Haddish because I have a very distinct memory of going to a show at the belly room of the Comedy Store, and there was like an act going on the little stage up there, and there was this girl that was sitting where some of the comedians on their off stage will go and sit and like have a drink, and she was kind of heckling this act, but it was funnier than the act, and they ended up giving her a microphone, and that was Tiffany Haddish, and this was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and I remember just like standing in the back with my friend because my roommate at the time worked at the Comedy Store, just like chuckling, being like, this girl's funny, and they was like, yeah, you don't know Tiffany Haddish, and I was just like, no, and I like kept an eye on, and then I saw her at like the Laugh Factory, so like I really did feel in a weird way, and I know a lot of people that live in Los Angeles and love stand-up comedy felt the same way too. It's like you kind of saw this person that you knew do really well that had been honestly working for hours and hours and hours. Like she was just hanging out there just to see comedy, and then she's been dying to do this, and just to see her do it and just do it so well in like such a big way is.
But she heckled someone. That's not nice.
Yeah,
they
that's
needed
harassment.
it. If you've been there, if they needed it, they should be thankful that they got heckled. That's gonna be their story. They got heckled by Tiffany Haddish because it was something about like I can't remember. It was just there's like two guys up there and they were talking about. They were talking about some sort of a sex act, and you just kind of needed a female voice to chime in, and she was like, "I'll do it." It was
she's
so
talented.
Funny.
I know. I think I'm not saying she's not talented. She has worked hard. I'm saying I just know girls. I grew up with girls like Tiffany Haddish that have that kind of around the way thing. That it's just not, I guess, unique to me. I don't know. I'll shut up now. I'm terrible.
I get it. I see it. I definitely see it at times. I don't like that person who's like, listen, this story's about me now and how I'm Beyonce's friend. Like I don't like that aspect.
She might not have anticipated that it would have gotten picked up in such a big way. It's not the main part of the story that she told GQ. It's sort of this thing that just, that spiraled as things tend to do sometimes on the internet. I mean, anytime that you invoke Beyonce's name and talk about biting,
if somebody bit any other actor, actress, or singer, we'd be like, oh man, that's crazy. Beyonce, world ending.
And finally, who do you think did it, really quick?
I got it, Jennifer Lawrence.
Miley Cyrus.
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson. Wow, I've changed my mind. I do think it's Janet Jackson.